Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we're going to see Game 2 between the Cubs and Brewers in Wrigley Field. The Cubs took Game 1 in an 8-2 decision and are coming back here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon to try to make it 2 out of 3. The Cubs are going to send out to the mound Brent Suter for his first start as a Cub. He was acquired in a trade a couple of weeks ago. Suter now is making his third appearance. He has an 0-1 record with an ERA of 8 and a whip of 133. The Cubs lineup today will be Hoerner, Correa, Rizzo, Springer, Santana, Amaya, Tauchman, Suter, Paradas, batting ninth. The Brewers lineup will include pitcher Corbin Burnes, who is making start number 4. He has a 1-1 record with a 4.50 ERA and a 0.94 whip. The Brewers lineup today will be Kane, Hiura, Yelich, Encarnacion, Garcia, Arcia, Pena, Marrero, and the pitcher Burnes batting ninth. It is a fairly warm 56 degrees by recent standards, and the wind is blowing in from right at 9 mph. So now, as the Cubs take the field, we see Suter out on the mound, making his warm-up pitches, getting ready to square off with his former team, the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers always travel well down here in Wrigley Field, bringing a large contingent from 90 miles away. Suter on the mound facing Lorenzo Cain. The Brewers are coming into today's game with a record of 8-11, good for 4th place in the Central, while the Cubs lead the division with a 13-6 record. The Cubs have taken 5 out of 7 so far this season from the Brewers, while the Brewers are riding a 4-game losing streak. Now, on the mound is the lefty Suter facing Cain. Here comes the full count pitch, and it's a grounder back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws over to first for out number 1. Next up is Hiura with 1 out, nobody on. Suter working with a 2-strike count. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Suter gets him with the changeup, and now Yelich is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. A 1-strike count and the pitch to Christian Yelich, and that's driven into right field. Going back, however, is Tauchman as he ranges over to make the play and end the inning. The Brewers are retired in order. We're going now to the bottom of the first of a 0-0 ballgame. Nico Hoerner facing off against Corbin Burnes here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-2 is the count. Hoerner looking for the pitch. And here it comes. And that's strike 3 called. Nico Hoerner goes down looking at the fastball, and that brings up Carlos Correa with 1 out and nobody on. Here comes the pitch to Carlos Correa. And a liner down the right field line. That one could be trouble. It is going to be gone. Directly down the right field line. It could not have cleared the foul pole by more than a few feet. But that's all he needed. 407 feet makes this a 1-0 Cub lead in the bottom of the first inning. Next up, Anthony Rizzo. 1 out and nobody on. A 2-2 pitch to Anthony Rizzo. Here it comes. And a drive to right field. This one's going to be playable. The right fielder coming in. And Garcia makes the catch for out number 2. George Springer now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. A full count pitch to George Springer. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Springer goes down swinging, which ends the inning. The Cubs, however, take the lead on the Correa home run. That makes this a 1-0 ball game. That was Carlos Correa's 5th home run of the season. And now Suter will face Encarnacion here in the top of the second inning. With a 3-1 count, Suter looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. And that is ball 4 low. So Encarnacion takes his base, walking down to first, and it brings up Avisail Garcia. With nobody out and 1 man on, Suter working with a 2-2 count. Looking for the sign and the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him in a slider right there. Nasty breaking ball by Suter to record the strikeout, his 2nd of the game. Next up is Orlando Arcia with 1 out and 1 man on. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch to Arcia, and there's a grounder to third. That gets past the third baseman down the left field line. That is going to be extra bases. The throw goes to the cutoff man, and the Brewers now have second and third with 1 out. So now Suter has a little bit of a jam to work out of as Manny Pena comes up to the plate. There's 1 out and 2 men in scoring position. Suter really needs a strikeout right here. He's facing Pena with a full count. Here it comes. And a pop-up, short left field. Coming in is Santana. He makes the play. The throw goes home. The runner is safe. So now we have a tie ball game. Danny Santana's throw was just a moment too late as the runner tags up and scores from third, making this a tie ball game at 1. Now, Devin Marrero is the next batter with 2 outs and the runner on second. Manny Pena is going to be credited with the sacrifice fly and an RBI on that last at-bat. Marrero waiting for the 1-2 pitch, and he's going to swing and miss for strike 3. That one was a sinker, and Suter got it by him. So now this is a tie ball game going into the bottom of the second inning. Danny Santana going to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the second with a 2-2 count. Santana waiting for the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Santana goes down swinging for the first out of the second inning. Miguel Amaya is the next batter. 1 out and nobody on. Amaya waiting for the 3-0 pitch. And here it comes. Inside for ball 4. Amaya walks down to first, bringing up Mike Tauschman with 1 out and 1 man on. Burns working with a 1-2 count. And Tauschman swings and misses for strike 3. So Corbin Burns blows the fastball by him at 97, bringing up the pitcher Suter with 2 outs and 1 man on. Suter waiting for the 1-ball pitch. And there's a liner into left field. He gets it through the infield for a single. Amaya advances to second, and now the Cubs have got first and second with 2 outs, and Isaac Paradas will be the next batter. He is facing Corbin Burns in a tie ball game in the bottom of the second inning. 1-ball count, and Paradas is going to pop that one up in foul territory. Chasing is the catcher. The third baseman actually comes over to make the play, which will end the inning. So the Cubs strand 2, they do not score. We're going to the top of the third of a 1-1 ball game. The pitcher Corbin Burns will lead off for the Brewers in the top of the third inning. Suter working with a 2-2 count. And there is a swing and miss in strike 3. Another sinker, strikeout number 4 on the day for Brent Suter. And now the top of the order, Lorenzo Cain comes up. Cain facing Suter, waiting for the first pitch. And a grounder over to third. The third baseman, Paradas, picks it up and throws over to first for out number 2. Hyura now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Suter working with a 3-0 count. Here comes the pitch and a pop up to left. I don't know why he was swinging at that pitch. Coming in is Santana. He will put it away to end the inning. So Suter works a 1-2-3 third. We go to the bottom of the third inning of a 1-1 tie. And now Nico Hoerner comes up to lead off for the Cubs. Bottom of the third inning in a tie ball game. 1-2 is the count. And Hoerner swings and misses for strike 3. Corbin Burns has strikeout number 5 today. And Carlos Correa is the next batter with 1 out and nobody on. Correa already with a home run today. Burns with a 3-1 pitch throws low for ball 4. He was working very carefully in that at bat. Didn't want to give up another dinger. And now Rizzo is the batter with 1 out and the runner on first. Burns working with the full count pitch. And there's another walk. That is ball 4. Burns thinks he got squeezed. 3 walks on the day for Corbin Burns, and it brings up George Springer with 1 out and the go-ahead run in scoring position. Burns facing Springer with an 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And strike 3 is called. Corbin Burns gets strikeout number 6, and they feel like they've all come in critical situations. So Danny Santana now is the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Cubs trying to break this tie in the bottom of the third inning. Here's a 1-strike count and the pitch, and Santana is hit. Santana is hit in the shoulder and he takes his base. So now the bases are loaded And Miguel Amaya is the next batter. With 2 outs, the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Burns now working against Amaya with a 1-2 count. And there's a pop-up on the infield. Coming in as the 3rd baseman, he's going to make the catch along the foul line to end the inning. So the Cubs leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 4th of a 1-1 ball game. Christian Yelich now facing Suter here in the top of the 4th inning. 2-2 count. Suter with the pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the fastball up and in, and Suter throws a pitch that Yelich cannot lay off. So strikeout number 5 for Suter brings up Encarnacion. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count. Encarnacion popping it up to left field. Coming in fast is Santana. He's on the run and he puts it away for out number 2. Now Avisail Garcia is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Suter working with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch. And a pop-up to right this time. Tauschman adjusting toward the line. He will make the catch, which will end the inning. The Brewers retired in order once again. Going to the bottom of the 4th, we have a 1-1 tie. Mike Tauschman going to lead off against Corbin Burns here in the bottom of the 4th inning. With a 2-1 count, Corbin Burns delivering the pitch. And Tauschman grounds it down the line. The first baseman kicks it into foul territory, and Tauschman is going to be safe. So an error puts the leadoff man on first, and now Suter is the batter. In the bottom of the 4th inning of a 1-1 tie, we're looking to lay down a bunt right here. The sign goes in. The bunt is laid down the first baseline. The first baseman has it. He throws to second, and they retire the lead runner, Tauschman. So the sacrifice is ineffective. Suter is safe on first. Tauschman retired at second on a fielder's choice. And now Paradas is the batter with 1 out and 1 man on. Burns working against Paradas, who is 0 for 1 today. Here's a 3-1 count and the pitch to Paradas. And that is a check swing, and he is awarded the base on ball 4. So another walk issued by Suter, number 4 on the day for him. And it brings up Nico Hoerner with runners on first and second and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Burns working with a 2-strike count. Here comes the pitch, and Hoerner swings and misses for strike 3. Because Burns gets his 7th strikeout of the day. There's now 2 outs in the inning. Suter is on second, Paradas on first in the bottom of the 4th inning. Correa facing Burns. Correa has a home run already today and has drawn a walk. Burns pitched very carefully to him his last time up. Let's see what happens here. 1-1 count. Correa waiting for the pitch from Burns, and that's a grounder to second. The throw goes over to first, and 4-3 is the put-off, which will end the inning. So the Cubs strand 2 more runners. We go to the top of the 5th of a 1-1 tie. Arcia coming up to lead off against Suter here in the top of the 5th inning. With a 1-ball count, Suter looking to deliver the pitch. And there's a pop-up to the gap in left center field. Coming over is Santana. He calls off Springer to make the catch for out number 1. Pena now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Manny Pena. Suter delivers, and a liner past the shortstop into left field. That is only the Brewers' 2nd base hit of this ball game, as Pena stops at first with a single. Devin Marrero now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Suter working with a 2-2 count. And there's a grounder to second. The throw goes to short. The relay to first, and a 4-6-3 double play is going to end the inning. Nice, clean, crisp infield defense right there by the Cubs to turn that double play. We go to the bottom of the 5th, all tied up at 1. Anthony Rizzo going to lead off against Corbin Burns here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Anthony Rizzo. Here it comes. Liner up the middle. Coming in fast is Lorenzo Cain. He's going to get under it and make the catch for out number 1. George Springer now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Burns facing Springer. First pitch. Here comes the delivery. And this one's a liner at second base. The Hiura reaches out and squeezes it for out number 2. So Danny Santana now is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Santana waiting for the pitch from Burns. And that's a liner past the shortstop into left field. Danny Santana with the 2-out single. He stops at first. And Miguel Amaya is the next batter. So Santana over on first is because Pena, well, he's above average. If we get the right situation, I'd like to start the runner. Let's see what happens here. First pitch to Amaya. Burns throws over to first. Yeah, he knows what's going on. Santana dives back to first safely. Here comes the pitch. A pitch out. Yeah, outside for ball one. So Burns is on to us. He knows we want Santana to steal. Let's see what the next one is. It's another pickoff move over to first. Amaya still waiting for a pitch to hit. Here comes another pickoff throw over to first, and Santana dives back safely. Burns really focusing on Santana over at first. Let's see what the pitch is now. That's a grounder over to second. Second baseman Hiura picks it up. He throws to first, and that will end the inning. So now the Cubs strand another runner. We go to the top of the sixth of a 1-1 ball game. Suter coming out to work the sixth inning against Corbin Burns. Here's a 2-strike count and the pitch from Suter, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a slider. And that was strikeout number 6 on the day for Brent Suter, which brings up Lorenzo Cain. 1 out and nobody on. Suter working, 2-strike count, and a liner toward the second base. Warner has it. He throws over to first for out number 2. Next up is Keston Hiura with 2 outs and nobody on. Suter working, first pitch to Hiura. Grounder over to third. Paradas has it. He throws to first, which will end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the sixth of a 1-1 tie. Now, Suter's spot is due up second this inning. We are going to go ahead and warm up a reliever because Suter's at 84 pitches. And the Brewers have a righty on the mound, so that means for the 7th inning, we're going to warm up Birdie. All right, Corbin Burns facing Mike Tauschman here in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading off for the Cubs. We have a 1-1 tie, a 2-2 count, and here is the pitch. And Tauschman's going to line that one down the left field line. That is going to be a leadoff single for Mike Tauschman. He rounds first and heads back to the base. So now, excuse me, we are going to get a pinch hitter for the pitcher. Ryan Braun will be brought up to pinch hit against his former team here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Brewers are going to go to their bullpen in response. Ian Kennedy will be brought out of the Brewers bullpen. He has thrown 10 innings, walked 6, struck out 8, and has an ERA of 90 cents. So Braun facing Kennedy with a runner on first and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Braun will be instructed to swing away in this instance. 1-strike count, and that gets away. It rolls to the backstop. Tauschman is going to take second base easily on the wild pitch. So now the Cubs have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Ryan Braun still waiting for that 2-1 pitch. And here comes the delivery from Kennedy. And that's a pop-up to right. Medium depth, the right fielder has it. He makes the catch for out number 1. Tauschman is unable to tag up in advance, so now Paradas comes up with 1 out and runner on second. First pitch to Isaac Paradas. Here it comes, and they're going to intentionally walk him, send him down to first. So Paradas is now on first, Tauschman on second with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Nico Horner is the next batter. So on the first pitch, we're going to try to swing away, see what happens here. There's a pop-up. Short right field, going back as the second baseman. He makes the catch. That is out number 2. And now Carlos Correa is going to be the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Kennedy facing Correa with a 2-0 count. Here comes the pitch to Correa. And that's a grounder up the middle. That's going to be a single into center field. Rounding third and heading home is Tauschman. The throw comes home. Tauschman slides and he is safe. Carlos Correa with a RBI single gives the Cubs a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now Anthony Rizzo is the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Cubs just taking the lead. Looking for more here in the 6th inning. 2-1 is the count to Rizzo. Here comes the pitch. And Rizzo pops it up on the infield. The third baseman looks up and he puts it away to end the inning. But the Cubs score once. We go to the top of the 7th of a 2-1 ball game. Now, Birdie will be brought in to pitch and bat in the number 8 spot here in the 7th inning. Birdie is going to start out by facing Christian Yelich here in the top of the 7th inning. With a 1-2 count, Birdie is looking to deliver the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Yelich goes down swinging, and that is the first strikeout of the day for Birdie. Encarnacion is the next batter with 1 out and nobody on. Birdie working with a 2-0 count. Here's the next pitch and a grounder over to third. Picked up by Paradas, throwing over to first, and they get him by a step for out number 2. Next up is Avisail Garcia. He will face Birdie with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 count, Birdie delivering the pitch. Liner into right field. That's going to drop into no man's land and be a bloop single with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. So Garcia's on first. Arcia is the next batter. 2 outs. Tying run on base. Birdie trying to protect the lead in the top of the 7th inning. We're going to warm up our pitcher for the next half inning because, quite frankly, why the heck not? Jimenez will be the pitcher in the 8th in this situation. Birdie facing Arcia with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Birdie punches him out with the fastball to end the inning. The Brewers strand the runner. We go to the bottom of the 7th of a 2-1 game. And here to lead the 7th inning stretch for the Cubs is former reliever Bruce Sutter. Now, in the bottom of the 7th inning, Jimenez is ready to come in, so that's good. George Springer is going to lead off against Ian Kennedy here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs are up by 1. Looking to add some insurance runs. 1 strike count, and there's a liner into center. The second baseman, Hiram, makes an excellent play. That looked like it was headed straight for center field. Springer's robbed of a base hit. So now Danny Santana is the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Santana waiting for the 1-1 pitch, and he grounds that one over to first. First baseman picks it up, steps on the base, and that'll be out number 2. Next up, Miguel Amaya. 2 outs and nobody on. Kennedy working with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Amaya and a grounder to short. This will be routine. The throw goes over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go to the top of the 8th of a 2-1 Cub lead. And now Jimenez is ready to come in, and we will bring Jimenez in, and we're just going to go ahead and pinch hit for him in the next half inning. So Joe Jimenez is going to come in to face the lower third of the Milwaukee lineup in the upper half of the 8th inning. Jimenez has a 2-1 record with 7 innings thrown, no walks, 12 strikeouts, and a .386 ERA. Jimenez will face Pena to lead off in the top of the 8th inning. Manny Pena is 1 for 1 and has driven in the Brewers' sole run in this ballgame. 0-2 count. Jimenez looking to deliver the pitch. Here's the sign and the delivery. And there's a liner into center field. That is going to be a base hit. A leadoff single is going to put the runner on first here in the top of the 8th inning. And Ben Gamble is now going to come off the Brewers bench in the top of the 8th to pinch hit for the number 8 spot. And that means that Edwin Diaz will be warmed up. So, Jimenez is going to face Gamble here in the top of the 8th. 0-2 count. Jimenez delivering the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. The changeup gets him way out in front, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. So he converts on the 0-2 count, and now Narvaez is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's a 2-2 count, and the pitch, and Narvaez swings and misses for strike 3. That one was a fastball at 96. Excellent pitch by Jimenez right there, and it brings up Lorenzo Cain with 2 outs and the tying run on first. Jimenez facing Cain with a 2-ball count. Here comes the pitch, and Cain drives it to the gap in left center field, chasing his Santana. He gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. So the Brewers strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 2-1 ball game. Mike Tauschman is going to lead off against the righty Corey Neville here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're going to sit Diaz down. So Neville facing Tauschman with the Cubs up by 1. Here's a 2-2 count. And the pitch from Neville. He is looking for the sign, and there's the delivery. And strike 3 looking right on the outside corner. So now we're going to get a pinch hitter for the pitcher spot, which is going to be Mallex Smith. He will step up to the plate from the left side against the righty Neville with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th inning. Neville facing Smith with another 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So he goes down swinging at the fastball at 97. And that'll bring up Isaac Paradas. With 2 outs and nobody on base, Neville facing Paradas with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Corey Neville retires the side on 3 consecutive strikeouts. We go to the top of the 9th of a 2-1 ball game. So now Edwin Diaz is going to be brought in to pitch for the Cubs. He is going to step onto the mound and attempt to earn the save in this 2-1 contest. Diaz has thrown 8 2/3 innings, walked 1, struck out 16, and has an ERA of 1.04. Diaz is going to face Hiura, Yelich, and Encarnacion here in the top of the 9th inning. With a 2-strike count, Edwin Diaz towing the rubber, looking for the sign, and delivering the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3, but it rolls back to the backstop. The catcher has it. He throws down to first, and they get him by a step. Man, Amaya really reacted quickly to that. Score it 2-3 on the strikeout, and now Yelich is the batter. With 1 out and nobody on, Diaz working. Here comes the first pitch to Christian Yelich. And there's a grounder to second. Picked up and thrown over to first, and that's going to be out number 2. Encarnacion now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Diaz working with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder up the middle. The second baseman has it. He throws to first. The shift works perfectly. The second baseman is right in position, and that ends the game. Horner, however, looks like he may have gotten hurt, but he runs back to the dugout to celebrate. So the Cubs are victorious 2-1 here in Game 2 of this series against the Brewers. The Cubs getting 2 runs on 5 hits with no errors. The Brewers 1 run on 4 hits with 1 error. We see that the player of today's game is the Cubs' Brent Suter. He goes to 1-0. He threw 6 innings of 2-hit, 1-run baseball with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Birdie and Jimenez both got holds, and Diaz earns his 7th save of the season. Corbin Burns, on the other side, suffers loss number 2. He threw 5 innings of 4-hit, 2-run baseball with 4 walks and 7 strikeouts. So the Cubs today improved to 14-6, remaining in first place, while the Brewers dropped to 8-12. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.